Hi investors, Joe here. I've been trading stocks since 1996. I'm a member of Mark Minervini's Private Access and MarketSmith, and I've been running my own subscription Patreon program for over a year now. I think it's been a year and a half or so. Link in the description below. And today I'm going to show you my game plan for tomorrow, both to show you some possible good stocks, but more importantly, just to show you my process and strategy. I make a game plan before every market day, generally in the evenings before, generally in the evenings before the next day, although on the weekend I have the luxury of doing it Saturday or Sunday morning over a cup of coffee. And what I do is I just get a little index card and I write down my game plan, like a coach for a sporting event. And so then I have, before the market opens the next day, I have all these charts open and readily available on my screen. I have alerts set to alert me if they go to a certain price point, either up or down. And I'll show you them right now. And I'll explain why I'm watching them and maybe teach you a little bit about technical analysis. So there's my potential shorting list. Got 6 potential stocks that I may short. This is a short seller's market right now, although we might see a snapback rally next week. We'll see. Feel like it could fall off the deep end or snap back. We'll see. 2 stocks that I'm watching closely, AJG and Tesla. And then 1 stock I'm probably 95% sure I'm going to buy tomorrow, GHM. And then 2 others I'm really watching to look to buy to the long side, NAT and PDD. And nothing that I'm planning to sell tomorrow unless they hit my stop. So let me show you these charts. Before we do, remember this is not investment advice. I'm just teaching you my process, showing you a few good stocks. And I encourage you to take a look at Seeking Alpha Premium, my partner. I will show you that at the end of the video for just a minute. Let's look at these charts. Let me move my note card here. Actually, I just minimized it. Hopefully it won't be too distracting. So let's look at GHM. This is kind of my number one on my list for tomorrow. So this is an oil, they sell oil industry equipment. The oil stocks, I thought they were done for the year, but then the war in Israel/Hamas broke out and the Ukrainian war seems to be lingering on. So it seems like the oil stocks are going to have some trending power. Now keep in mind, these are cyclicals. In general, you just hold them for a few weeks to months. If you look at any of their long-term charts, they are usually kind of like sideways oscillating waves. But in any case, here's GHM. Nice stair-stepping action. Previously, it gave a really nice ledge or pivot point, if you will, to trade off of. And I'm looking at, we've got a nice little, it's a small base, but it's really well shaped. You got a little shoulder action, a few wicked shakeouts here. And earnings are coming up. Let's see, I just had to check. Earnings are coming up on Wednesday. So what I would like to do, 2 things. One, I would like to get in before earnings, have a little cushion. Ideally, this thing breaks out before earnings, and then I can hold into earnings. If it slides sideways or even comes down a little bit, I will have to trim the position dramatically before earnings. But I have found with oil stocks and even in all stocks in general right now, buying breakouts is not working very well. But if you buy within the pattern of an uptrending chart off of a little bounce, you seem to have more success right now. That'll change when the market gets really hot. Then I want to start nailing those breakouts the second they break out. But as you can see, this little shoulder area here is bouncing to the upside. So if it goes tight inside tomorrow, Monday, or if it moves up just 1% or 2, then I definitely will buy it. If it comes in a little bit, if it goes down, I'll really have to think about that. I'll watch it over the course of the day. Hopefully it would come down and bounce off of this 50-day moving average. So yeah, these oil stocks by and large are working. This will be a smaller position because of the looming earnings event. I don't want to put on a great big position with the danger of earnings. But usually I wouldn't buy something right before earnings like this at all. But I looked at let me show you. Look at the previous earnings events. Up on earnings, 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 gap up on earnings, gap up on earnings. So the odds are in our favor. Watch this be the first time it gaps down on earnings in like 6 earnings calls. Okay, so that's GHM. Let's look at the next. Okay, so we got to look at NAT and PDD. Let's look at PDD. Okay, now this is a Chinese e-commerce stock. China supposedly is going to do an economic stimulus to help their economy, which would certainly help this stock. Traditional cup with handle, breakout, and it's coming with the market, but most of the stocks that broke out on that Friday a week or two ago, they've come in hard. And this one is coming in definitely pulling back, but much more quietly. Volume has not been elevated. If we see a big spike to the upside Monday, something like this, I would probably put on a little position, kind of a half size position. If it doesn't do that, if it keeps creeping down or just makes a little day to the upside, I will just keep watching that one. Now NAT, N-A-T, this is an oil tanker stock. These ones are notoriously cyclical. When they're in an upswing like they are right now, you can make good money on them through price trends, but also dividends. A lot of them pay out huge dividends. NATs has like a 15% dividend right now. So we've got we've got traditional cup, no handle, a handle that came in way too hard, but now it's making a little cup again. We've got a little shoulder, head, shoulder action as well. And again, rather than buying a breakouts often squat like this right now, especially when you get a little supply to the left. I will consider buying this one or starting a position tomorrow if it stays tight another day here, or if it comes down and tags this lower trend line, gives us a little hammer doji like right here. If it comes in hard, I'll ignore it. If it comes in hard and closes near the end of the day, like something like this, I will ignore it. If it breaks out, I'm just watching breakouts right now. I'm not buying breakouts. Okay, what was next on our list? Let's look at AJG. What the heck? I forgot what this stock does. I trade mostly on technicals. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, okay, this is one of the mini insurance companies. See, insurance companies are doing well right now. Boring companies, but they make a lot of money. Earnings is Friday. Is that Friday? Thursday the 26th. So we would need to get a profit in a hurry. So here's what we got. We got a trend channel, and it's right at the bottom of the trend channel. Last time it did this, it printed a spinning top doji and then ran up again. So if we get a big bounce to the upside, I probably would put on a little position. If we get a spinning top doji, that would set us up for Tuesday. If it blows through the bottom of this trend line, then I'll just continue watching. Okay, now I mentioned to my Patreon members that there is a chance that the market could break and have a big acceleration to the downside to finish this dismal bear market. So I'm watching 6 potential short stocks to short. Let's look at them. ZI and then BWN. Okay. ZI, Zoom Info Technologies. I think this is telecom. Telecom has just been getting pummeled. It's in a downtrend, and stocks in downtrends often make ledges and then break to the downside. Here's a little ledge, broke to the downside, then it came up, It's hugging the 50-day. That's the opposite of what you want to see. If you were long, you would want to see it blow through this 50-day, pause for a day, and then blow through. Hugging the 50-day, making a little descending triangle, looks like it's going to break to the downside. If this breaks to the downside at the open, I would probably put on a small position. Conversely, if it stays tight, you know what? I probably will put on a small position as well. And just with a real tight stop, maybe 18.3 or something along those lines. So very possible I buy this one tomorrow. Okay, 𝗕𝗪𝗬 Consulting Company. So I broke hard, broke the 50-day, and now same thing. Although this time this is hugging the 200-day. There's obviously one or more big sellers up here. They were at 29. Now they're selling off as it hits the 200-day. So a couple ideas here. If it stays tight, I might short it. If it comes back up and bounces off the 50-day, see what it did on a few days ago, right here and here, then I would put on a half position. If it starts to accelerate to the downside, it's kind of a guessing game. Is it gonna bounce again, or is it gonna blow through the pattern? I kind of think, like I said, there's a potential the market's breaking. So I want to get in this ledge before it breaks, instead of trying to short it after it falls 5% or something. So if it's down moderately, I probably also will short it. If it blows through on the open or gaps lower, then I will have missed it. All right, cars and then CHG. Okay, here is cars. People can't buy cars right now. Interest rates for a car loan are sky high. People's cars are like $1 million a piece, and people's pocketbooks are getting squeezed. This is another ledge play. Like I said, ledge, break to the downside, ledge, break to the downside. Now, I wish I would have, here's where I wish I was in. Broke the 200-day, came back, rolled over. I wish I had shorted it right there, but I didn't. But we could do something similar on this ledge. If it stays quiet or comes up to 16.5 or so and then rolls over, that would be a great spot to short it. If it just goes lower at the open, then I'm a real surgical technician. I would not chase it because it'll be a little oversold. CHGG, digital textbooks. This company's getting killed by AI. You don't need to look things up in a digital textbook when you can just ask ChatGPT the answer to the question. That's my understanding. This is another ledge play. Look, ledge, breakdown, ledge. Might have gotten stopped out on that one. Breakdown. And here's the mother of all ledges. Broke beneath it. Now it's ledging out again. So kind of the same as earlier. If it stays in tight, I'm would probably put on a position anticipating the breakdown, and then if it blows through the bottom, I might add to the position. When you do anticipatory trades like this, then you do a time stop. So you close the position. If it hits your stop, I like to do, my average stop is about 5%. Sometimes I'll do a staggered stop of like 5 and 10, which will give me a 7-ish, 7.5. And then also I'll do a time stop. I'll, record the day I bought it, and I'll say I'll give it 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever would be normal. If this ledges out for more than 2 weeks, then it seems like the chances of it breaking to the upside become larger. Okay, 2 more shorts, MDLZ and Monster. MDLZ, this looks really tantalizing. They make Oreos and stuff like that. The obesity drugs are, and the fact that Oreos are like $1 million a piece. Why do I keep saying that? Maybe not $1 million, but maybe $1 a piece. They are not selling well right now. So again, I wish I got into this one earlier, right here, but maybe this is going to give us another chance. So we got a snapback rally, getting resistance at this little gap. Looked like it starting to roll over. Actually shorting it on last trading day Friday would have been pretty good. But if it opens to the downside, I'd like to give it a little play to the short side. I'd make a really tight stop just here, like 65.5, something like that. Monster, yeah, gosh, I've been watching this one go down, waiting for it to give me an opportunity again. It would have been great to short it right here and then again right here, but I didn't. But here's the trend line. Now, the steeper the trend line, the more likely they are to break. So this is going to get broken at some point, but my assertion is that it's going to roll over one more time, make a new low, and then perhaps come up and cut the trend line. So if it opens to the downside, one idea would be to put on a short position, really tight stop up here like 51. When it makes a new low down here at 46.5 or 46, sell all or half of the position. Well, then the last one I'm watching is Tesla. Oh, I didn't have it open. Hold on a second. Okay, so here's Tesla. This is a long shot. The only way I'm going to play this tomorrow is if there's a big rally in the market, which I doubt, and we get a big bullish engulfing day like we had December, 8th or something like that completely engulfs this candle, then I would probably put on a position at the end of the day. Or if we get, these are called tweezers or pinchers or railroad tracks, Japanese candlesticks, then if it prints this on Monday and then opens to the upside on Tuesday, then I would buy it on Tuesday. Mutual funds sometimes buy bounces off the 200-day when the 200-day is trending up. This is a long shot. I do not catch falling knives. If this thing doesn't bounce strongly like that, I will not be adding to my position. I have a big Tesla position I've been in since 2019. So that's the game plan. That is the game plan. And let's just look up one of these stocks on Seeking Alpha Premium. So you can have a model portfolio on here. You can organize it from profits to losses, and it updates real time over the course of the day. But which I use, I like to have this open during the day. But then if you search a company, GHM, you get all of the recent news. You can find earnings transcripts, all sorts of financial information. But what I want to look at right now is just these analysis articles. There's analysis articles coming out all the time on every stock. And let's just look. Graham Corporation, defense budgets and clean energy are serious catalysts. So this person is saying buy, 3 holds, bunch of buys. So that certainly is good. Then what we can do is click on the article, read the summaries here, read the article, and we can do some fundamental research, right? Net sales growth driven by increased defense budgets and potential opportunities in the clean energy market. So this has something to do with the defense industry. That's interesting. Let me show you a little cheat code, not a cheat code, but an easy way to find out quickly about a company through Seeking Alpha. If you pick a news article that's not an earnings release, like just here's an ordinary one. Graham announced a strategic investment. So we click on it, and then you got to click on the press release. At the bottom of every press release, there's a little paragraph about the company. GHM is a global leader in the design and manufacturing of mission-critical fluid power, heat transfer, and vacuum technologies for the defense space, energy, and process industries, vacuum and heat transfer, pumps, turbo machinery. So I thought this was just an oil-related company, but I guess they are building this stuff for the defense industries too. And sadly for the world, the defense industry is heating up due to the war in Israel and Ukraine. So it would make sense that this stock is doing well. There you go. That's about all of the fundamental analysis that I do. Then if the stock proves itself, if it is running for weeks and I start to have a good gain on it, and then I got to decide, am I going to take all profits or partial profits? Then that's when I do a lot more research and say, okay, is this possibly a long-term hold, or is this just a swing trade? All right, it's been 20 minutes. I got stuff to do, you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Please check out my Patreon in the description below and Seeking Alpha Premium. If you have any questions about my process, let me know. And like I said, I encourage you to get yourself a note card or a notepad. Make a little game plan. If you're an active trader like me, make a little game plan so you know what you're gonna do before the market opens every single day. When you have clarity of mind, and when you see things going up and down, you're not panicking and trying to decide what to buy and sell. Take care, everybody.